Hello and welcome to Tall Tales, Short Stories, and Dusty Film Cans. I'm 11Goddess. I'm the creator of the stories that fill this space. Thank you for joining me and thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it. This creation that we're going to enjoy is another from my age old storyboard of stories that I have been writing throughout my life, but I never got a chance to really find a place to put them. I knew that eventually I'd get them out. Honestly, I thought they'd be stories I'd share with my grandchildren just to keep them entertained or something like that, but I digress. I now have this. So, this is my homage and a thank you because I grew up in the soap opera era of the 70s. And the endless drama, chaos, on again, off again, romances, and all the craziness in between made me yearn to see something like that again. So stay tuned as we unravel Unseen. I hope you enjoy it.
Welcome to Chapter 3 of Unseen.
At 2:45, Eric's phone buzzed. Mom. He ducked into the hallway and answered.
Hey!
Caro,
She said, the word warm.
are you eating?
I just had the world's blandest salad.
Then you are not eating. Come for dinner tonight. Jonathan is pretending retirement was his idea, not forced on him by me.
I can come 7?
7 it is. And bring that friend of yours. What's his name? Cesare? We'd love to meet him.
Caesar, he has a lab tonight. Rain check.
Okay. Love you.
Love you too.
Eric had tried more than once to bring Caesar around his family. Every time, there was a reason it didn't happen. An exam Caesar couldn't miss, a shift at work, a last-minute emergency that always sounded just believable enough, and Eric never pressed. He was a good friend. If he wanted to meet Eric's parents, he would. Still, the pattern was hard to ignore. It wasn't just scheduling. It was something else. Something that made him careful to keep certain parts of their lives separate. Eric didn't know why. He just knew Caesar was consistent about it. Eric slid the phone into his pocket and stared at the window for a moment. His reflection looked back. Dark hair curling at the ears, collarbone damp from the afternoon heat. The eyes Nono said made people confess things.
Stop admiring yourself.
Brian said, passing by with a stack of rolled plans under his arm.
It's unnerving.
Just psyching myself up to move glass.
Glass is heavy.
Brian said.
Short list of things I trust. Concrete, steel, and engineers who sleep.
I'll nap when I'm dead.
Schedule it.
He said, and kept walking. At 3, Eric left Brickstone and cut across town to his grandfather's apartment. Nono lived in a building with an elevator that sighed every time it stopped, as if exhausted by the concept of floors. Eric let himself in to the smell of espresso and lemon cleaner.
No.
In the kitchen, wash your hands, then lose gracefully.
Nono had the board already set on the tiny table by the window, pieces worn smooth by years of arguments. Eric dropped a paper bag on the counter.
Biscotti from that place you like.
Nono sniffed the bag, skeptical, then nodded.
Acceptable.
They sat. He opened with E4 like always. Eric responded like always, and they fell into the rhythm of two men who loved the ritual as much as the game.
How is work?
Steady. They keep trying to make windows hold up buildings.
People like to see the sky.
He said, advancing a knight.
They can go outside.
Eric said, countering.
How's your hip?
Old. Like me.
He captured my pawn and looked up.
And school?
Good. Reeves is assigning me a tutoring case. Undergrad business major. Smart. Just missing a thread.
Nono nodded.
You were always good at threads, even as a boy. You liked to take the radio apart and put it back together and then ask why the screws were not symmetrical.
Chaos is a choice, so is symmetry.
Don't fall in love with being needed.
Eric blinked.
That a fortune cookie?
It's a warning.
He said, eyes on the board.
You have this face.
He gestured around his own.
You listen, people talk. Be careful what you promise when they do.
I'm tutoring, not rescuing.
Those are sometimes neighbors.
He slid his bishop forward and leaned back.
Check.
Eric stared at the board, then at him.
When did you get sneaky?
When you started thinking you were better than me.
He said, and grinned. They played until Nono beat Eric, which he enjoyed more than was necessary. Then they ate biscotti, and Nono told him about the old neighborhood in San Juan, about a cousin he'd never met, about a boat Nono owned for one summer and lost to a hurricane that had the nerve not to be named after a woman. Then he asked Eric if he'd heard from his mother. Eric said yes. He did not ask about Eric's stepfather. He never did. When Eric left, the sun was a hot coin rolling toward the horizon. He drove to his mom's place with the windows down, the city buzzing. Food trucks, music from open doors, a woman laughing on a balcony, a kid's bicycle clacking as a card fluttered against the spokes. Vera met Eric at the door with a wooden spoon.
Shoes off, mouth ready.
Always.
Jonathan sat at the table with a crossword. He looked rested in a way Eric hadn't seen in years. Retirement suited Jonathan like a secret.
Hey, kid. Any buildings collapsed today?
Not on my watch.
Eric said, kissing my mom's cheek and lifting the pot lid.
Ropa vieja?
Si. And arroz con gandules. Don't pretend you don't want seconds.
I want thirds.
Dinner was loud and easy. Mom talked about her class of second graders and the girl who had cut her own bangs with safety scissors. Jonathan reported that the backyard lemon tree had produced exactly 1 lemon, and he was considering framing it. I told them about Brickstone and about tutoring.
Good. You're good at explaining things. You always were. Remember when you were 8 and you made a chart for the neighbor boys about why they should not skateboard in the driveway?
I labeled the axis. It was persuasive.
Jonathan pointed his fork.
Careful with the tutoring. Sometimes people want you to pour yourself into them. Leave something for you.
Okay, is there a memo going around? Because Nono gave me the same speech.
He's right.
Mom said, sliding her spoon through the rice.
Good-looking men get used without even realizing it's because they look appealing. You've got those magnetic, expressive eyes, just like your father.
She said it like she was commenting on the weather. No pause, no weight behind it, and kept eating. But the words stuck, faint and familiar, like she'd said them before.
Do I?
Eric asked softly. Jonathan cleared his throat.
You have your mother's stubbornness, which is a compliment unless you're arguing with her.
Mom swatted his arm with the spoon, and the moment passed. After dinner, we washed dishes, Eric's hands slick with suds and the comfort of routine.
You happy?
Mom asked quietly, not looking at me.
Yeah, I think so.
Good. Don't forget to let yourself be happy. It's important to do that. Okay, Caro?
I won't.
He stacked a plate in the rack.
You okay?
She nodded.
Always. I just like asking.
On his way out, Jonathan handed Eric a small box.
Retirement gift surplus. Somebody gave me 3 of these, and I only have 1 garage.
Inside was a multi-tool, heavy and precise.
This is beautiful.
Don't use it on humans.
Jonathan said, serious and not.
No promises.
Eric said, and Jonathan laughed. Back at the apartment, Eric dropped his bag, showered, and sat on the edge of the bed with his laptop. The email from student support was in his inbox, subject line efficient. It read, tutor assignment, Evelyn Knight, structures for non-engineers. He opened it and looked it over. The packet included her schedule, the course outline, a short note from the coordinator. Evelyn is diligent, independent, and reluctant to ask for help. Please approach with patience. Goal: conceptual understanding, not rote. Eric read it twice. On his desk sat a model helicopter he'd built out of balsa wood and impatience last year. He reached out and spun the rotor with a fingertip. The blades hummed. Eric's phone chimed. Caesar.
How's the glamorous life?
Dinner with the folks. Reeves assigned me a tutie.
Oh, we're shaping young minds now. Who's the lucky victim?
Evelyn Knight, business major.
Knight? Sounds noble.
Or dangerous.
You love dangerous.
I like maps. People bring their own weather.
Profound. Save it for your TED Talk. Ducati Saturday?
Yeah. Noon.
Sweet dreams, Professor.
Eric hung up and closed the laptop, leaning back. Through the blinds, the city lights blinked and held. Somewhere, someone practiced scales on a trumpet, the sound brave and slightly off. He pictured a Tuesday at 4 p.m., a table in the tutoring room, a woman sitting across from him with a problem she didn't trust anyone else to see.
Okay,
He said to the empty room.
let's draw a map.
The words settled in the quiet like a promise he hadn't meant to make. Outside, a siren wailed, then faded. Eric set the alarm for too early, because that's who he is, and laid down. The ceiling fan clicked like a metronome. His last thought before sleep was simple and oddly specific. Bring extra pencils. Don't stare. Let her talk first. It wasn't bad strategy. It wasn't even a beginning. But it was the edge of one.
This ends today's installment, but we're just scratching the surface of what's unseen.